Hey guys, this is Fireally, and I am gonna show off a little bit of Wizard101 today. This is... You all know I play this game because it's in my profile picture. That's the guy right there that I use for my profile picture, Alexander Frostbeard. He's a cool dude. Thaumaturge, Ice Wizard, etc. And, kind of want to show you, like, a little bit of the rundown of the game as far as the classes go. And how you select one, because I didn't have like a little guide when I got into the game, and I think that anyone else who went into it would kind of like a guide, because this game is pretty awesome. It is truly an everyone game like Minecraft. I enjoyed a lot. The Kingsisle put a lot of work into this, and I'm pretty happy to see what they produced. Families play this together, kind of like Paul and his family. It's pretty sweet. So, I'll kind of jump into the game and how it starts, and then we'll get to the classes. So, enjoy the old man monologue for about a minute or less.
Aha! The spell is working. Look, Gamma. Finally, we have found one.
That means you.
Oh! A young wizard. A student with amazing potential. Enough, perhaps, to save Wizard City.
Oh, really? Where?
Oh, a very, very distant realm. Oh, my goodness. On a world that does not even believe in magic. I wonder what manner of wizard they might become. Perhaps we should consult the Book of Secrets.
Headmaster Ambrose turns to regard you intently.
Answer these questions to find out what type of wizard you are.
And behold, you get the personality test. The personality test, I kind of like it a lot. It's like the Pokemon one determines how you do it. I spend my time with my friends. Plagues kill many people, so I would imagine it would do well, like bubonic plague. My favorite activity, probably reading and playing games, although I have... yeah, let's do it. Winter! Oh yes. Cooperating, I don't like competing much. Dragon! And then, the last part, what is your favorite gemstone? I usually go with Sapphire, because that's my birthstone, which turns out to be an Ice Wizard. How do I know this? Because that's just how it goes. It goes by the school's gemstone, and that's always going to be your outcome. So, just a little thing. I think it should just plop you it, and not give you the secret outcomes there. That's just me. And anyway, so now I'll kind of run down on the classes in order from fire to balance. Well, I kind of want to start with ice, and then storm, and then fire, for reasons that I'll explain later. So I'll just do that. So ice. Ice is a pretty nice one because you have tons and tons of health. Like, you are brimming with health. You can go against someone who's 20 levels higher than you and have the exact same health. Unless it's another ice wizard. These guys are really buff, so you can take hits for friends, and that's actually some of the tactics that people play when they play an ice wizard. And I've done that role a few times, and it works quite well because they have a spell that lets them absorb everything. Anyway, but the downside of these guys is they have no attack power. Trust me, I've gone to Celestia, I know this. So, you can take the hits, but you can't exactly dish them back out. Which kind of sucks. And so a lot of Ice Wizards will go with Storm, because it is the strongest thing, but even that can only take you so far before you're going to have to use some other tactics. And start building up different ways of playing. Next we have Storm. It's kind of the opposite of Ice in a lot of ways, because in the Storm school, you can dish it out. A lot of their strategy is build up power and then one-shot everyone in one go. And they are quite lethal when they do it. These guys are really tough, and they can dish it out, but they can't exactly take it. They have the lowest health in the game. I fought like a guy who was like 30, 40 levels higher than me as a Storm Wizard, and he had less health than I did. So that's kind of a scary thought. But it's one of the harder ones to play, but if you can play it right, you can win pretty much any PvP match you want and just destroy everything. Now we have Fire. Fire does a lot of attacks over time, which is kind of because you're like on fire, man. And it's kind of the complementary between Ice and Fire, Ice and Fire. Ice and Storm, because you get the best of both worlds. You can dish it out, and you can take some of it as well. So I find this out of the elemental schools, which are Ice, Fire, and Storm. I find this one to be the best, because you get the best of both worlds. You can actually fight people, take it. And so it's pretty well balanced between them. But if you want a challenge, I'd go for Ice or Storm. So that's Fire. Then we have Myth. Second to Storm in attack power. But being Myth, they can summon creatures. Like, you can actually summon minions to help you. That'll take turns and fight with you as well. Which I'll get to that later. And so that can be pretty devastating, having to fight 2 guys at once. You can only have 1 minion out with you at a time, though. You can't stack up to 4 versus 1, because that would be overpowered. Especially with the pets and everything. So yeah, Myth it's pretty powerful, but also, yet again, they have somewhat of a lower health. Not as low as Storm, though, which is kind of a good thing, in my opinion. Because if you have too low of health, it can be a pain, but Storm Wizards can still do mean things. So then we have Life. You can probably guess what these guys do. They heal all the time. And that is their main strength. Their attacks are about as good as an Ice one. I'd have to check, but I think Ice might be slightly stronger. I'm not sure. I'd have to check up on it. But Life guys, they heal and as such, they don't do good on their own. If you play this character, you have to have like a lot of friends, because you're gonna have to pair up with you're gonna have to pair up with them and go take guys on as a team, and you have to make sure that everyone's alive, and you put up wards and defenses for them, and you kind of keep the fight going. These guys are crucial in PvP. These guys will keep it going on all night. Trust me, I've seen PvP matches. They will go on all night. Just trust me. And so Life can be crucial, but there's that damage factor again. I think their health is about average as well. So this one's kind of more of a challenge. If you have lots of friends, I'd kind of go for Life, because that encourages playing with your friends. And then we have Death, which is like half of Life, because you damage someone and you take half of the damage and heal yourself with some of your attacks. And you can heal other people. Well, with Death, you can take damage to yourself and heal yourself or anyone else. So I would go for Death over Life, just because you can make more of a standalone, and their health is about average as well. And so you can kind of make a stand on your own, and you can heal everyone in one go with your Scarecrow attack, which you get really later on in the game. But I've seen that move, and it is deadly, because it revives a team and cripples another. These guys are pretty hard to beat, so I'd choose Death over Life. That's just me. You can play how you want. And then Balance, a combination of everything. They're kind of the neutral guys, and so as such, they have defenses against everything. They can put up bonuses to everything, and they will stack up bonuses until they can wipe you out. So these guys are kind of your more tactical players. As it says right here, thoughtful and charming. And so you have to kind of think as a balanced wizard, and you really have to change up your spells from fight to fight to make sure you can do things. And so Balance is it's a harder one to play. I have not done it myself, but But they can do, if you know how to play them right, you can do some significant damage. But Ice still has like the best defense spell, and I think some Balance Wizards will go up just for that. It blocks everything. So yeah, Balance Wizards, kind of a mixture of everything. And so I'm gonna go with Fire.
My vision is failing me. But now that we know what you are, what do you look like?
And so you just roll through this. I don't know what I'm doing. The faces are kind of weird. The pirate one.
Good. Now, what do you wear?
And so you just figure out what you want your clothes to look like. I like representing school colors because you kind of realize it later on. And then you feel embarrassed with your old, like, mismatched clothes, like I did anyway.
All right then.
And so then you just
What is your
choose
name?
your name, and that's basically the rundown of the classes. And I'm kind of gonna introduce combat in my own way. Almost try to figure out a name. It's gonna be pretty boring watching me scroll through all this. And so yeah, that is the classes rundown, and I will see you later. Goodbye.